Hi, Taurus. This is your reading for the week of May 12th, or whenever you hear it and resonates. So, Taurus, I'm reading for obviously not the entire collective, but for whoever this is relevant. What I'm getting is the first card that comes up is forgiveness. And forgiveness from the point of view of, are you keeping track of something that somebody has done, ways of being, ways of behavior, and going, yeah, fine, all right, but still carrying that list with you that you add to every time they do something of a similar nature? Or are you able to look at whatever slights people have done to you or you have done to other people and say, you know what, we are all learning. We are all figuring things out as we go along. We're here to learn and grow, and sometimes in the process we're going to hurt people even when we don't want to, even when we don't mean to. Okay? There is a certain element of looking back and trying to, Taurus, it's really interesting because as much as you can be really analytical in some ways, you actually are really tender-hearted and really kind-hearted. Sometimes you don't always know how to set boundaries really clearly, or sometimes you don't know how to set boundaries really clearly. And in the process of that, sometimes when you do set them, people don't understand. Now, you may think you're setting them by saying, for example, oh no, I didn't like that. And you might do it in a way where it is very polite, and you might do it in a soft-spoken way. In your mind, though, it's said, and therefore it's understood. But sometimes people don't perceive it as a boundary. It's just a statement or a suggestion. And they continue to do what they want because you'll often do that many times in a row until one day that's enough. And you say, we've done this before. I've said this to you before. And now I've told you, and now enough is enough. Or now it's more than enough. It's too much. And then they get really surprised when you draw a line. And sometimes you haven't been clear, okay? So this is part of, looking at your childhood as well and saying, well, where did some of these behaviors and attitudes come in? A lot of times it came from trying to placate a situation in order to stay out of chaos in a situation, in order to try to calm things and not rock the boat. And so you lean more into that sense of kindness that feels as though it's going to be good enough to get your message across, but it isn't always. And that's been somewhat of a shock, I think, to some of you, because for you, it's clear. It doesn't have to be yelled in order for it to be understood, right? And reality, it doesn't usually need that, but sometimes it does need a little bit more enforcement, okay? Now, the thing also within this context, Taurus, is that's one layer. The other layer of this is that you haven't always chosen to discipline yourself to take care of yourself in ways that help regulate your life, balance it out. There is a tendency, there really can be a tendency to overwork. Likewise, there can be the other tendency to go into all play, really, really dedicating yourself to a hedonistic quality of life. And that won't be for every Taurus, for sure. And, remembering that we've all got combinations of energies around us. So just because you're a Taurus doesn't mean it's all Taurus for you. But know that there can be a tendency, whatever direction you go in, to kind of get into that rut. And because it's not just about feeling good, it's about feeling familiar. That can make a Taurus feel good. So you're being asked, please notice your choices. Look at whether or not they're actual. You get the forgiveness card again. Okay. Yes. So in this forgiveness card, this is another expression of forgiveness. And what it's saying is, just because you think you know what's going on. There may be more to it. So just for now, whatever your judgment is, suspend it. Just try suspending it and say, you know what? Today, just for today, I'm going to accept the fact that I might not be right about this situation. Maybe there's nothing to forgive, number one. And if there is something to forgive, then what is forgiveness? And how do I look at that? Okay? Taurus, that is it for you, my dears. I want to go back to the one thing, and that was the idea of disciplining yourself in order to regulate behaviors that have become unhelpful to you, or to establish a behavior that enhances your sense of joy, freedom, and well-being. Okay, Taurus? Take it easy, my friends, and enjoy your birthday whenever it is. Take care.